Hey there guys, in this video I'm going to be showing off my Frost Prime build. Now, Frost Prime, he's been recently added back into the game. Well, he's been unvaulted, pretty much, because of the update that came out like a month ago, where it added Loki, Ember, and Frost. Now, I've had Frost for quite a while. I have had, because I got the Twitch Prime access thing. I got like a 7-day free trial. I got Frost Prime for it. And yeah, so I've had him for a while, so I've had him for a while. And, I've had him for a while. I've had this build for a while, and I just want to show him off because I never really found a real reason to show him off because not that many newer players are really going to have him at all. So I just thought, what's the real point? Not that many new players are going to have it, and most people that would have it aren't really new. So I just thought, why shouldn't I do it? So, but now he's back. I'm actually going to do it now. So here's the actual build. So let's go and show it off. Go to upgrades. Now this build, it's mainly a survive build. It goes a lot into the shields. As you can see with the unbelievable amounts of armor, 735. Also, if you don't know, the way to increase your bubbles life or health is by increasing armor. So I've increased armor by 735. And yeah, so pretty high. It's the highest I can get. Or if I upgrade this maybe one more time, but it's the highest I can get right now. A little more. I can get a little higher, a little more, but it's realistically the highest. So yeah, and I'm guessing this is what most beginners have. Most beginner players, most likely have agility that pops up in alerts a lot of the time. Again, most of these mods are pretty easy to get, pretty easy beginner mods. Rejuvenation also pops in alerts a lot, and is also pretty easy to get. I had this like really early in the game, so it's pretty easy to get. So I don't really expect most players not to have these mods. So that's why it's called a beginner's build, so And yeah, it's actually to talk about why I put these mods on. Again, the armor, because to increase the bubble, this is a survivability build. And he has a bubble, survives it. So I put a bubble on. Again, it's not the most strongest bubble. I've seen stronger bubbles, but it's doable. It's pretty good. For below level plays, it's pretty good. Most lower level defense missions. And if it keeps like destroying it, you have flow, which increases your energy, so you have heat, so you have more bubbles to add, and also streamline, which makes it your bubble. Let's look at what streamline affects. So freeze is 18, ice wave is 35, snow globe is 35, and avalanche is 70. Now avalanche, it's okay. I don't really use it that much. Only when there's like heaps of enemies, I just want to freeze them all. That's when I usually put it on. Again, I use Snow Globe a lot, and also freeze occasionally when there's like a high level enemy that's really annoying. Also mentioning that this lab's also really good with Cerberus, Cerberus Prime, the new Cerberus Limited Deluxe one. I don't know what it's called. I forget its name. And also Opticore is just a good one because he mainly freeze because he just freezes enemies with a lot of these, so that's good to use Cerberus on with. Whenever I bring Cerberus, I usually put it on any just weapons that like are very effective when using headshots. I usually put Frost on. Again, I also use the Glaxon. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, I use that occasionally. I should probably delete this. I barely ever use it. It's really bad, so I wouldn't recommend getting it. I should probably delete it and leave it up in space. But I just had it for so long, I don't wanted to get rid of it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I would recommend using Cerberus with it. Oh yeah, Deck Cerberus. Recommend using that. Again, I don't really have that many different headshot main weapons. But yeah, I recommend using those weapons with him because his freeze ability. That's pretty good. So I recommend doing that. Go with the upgrades. So I've changed, which is quite a lot. Pretty much everything except for duration, because I don't really find need to change duration. If you want to make it again, if you want to go for your avalanche and make that main, I would recommend putting switching out armored agility, because switching out armored agility and keeping in steel fiber, because steel fiber adds a lot of armor, and armored agility is kind of just an add-on. So you can take that out. That leaves you with 600 armor. Again, it takes away survivability, so you are gonna die quicker. So just letting you know that. And if you have prime, oh, you can't put it there. Boom, boom. There you go. Yeah, 45. That increases my duration to about 11.6 seconds. Not really that much. About like 3.8 seconds. Again, not really that important. You can do it if you want. It's up to you. I don't really think 3.6 seconds is really that much and would warrant you taking away armored agility, because that this makes your bubble less efficient and less usable. So, and avalanches, you're not really gonna use it for the 8 seconds. You can if you want, but the 8 seconds is good enough for me. So I usually just keep it on. I don't really find a need to take it off. There you go, take that off. How much? Yeah, that's 11. I'll keep it like that. So I'll recommend keeping on. The bubble's bubble is his most useless thing. It's one he's using defense missions for his bubble, so I recommend keeping that on. Again, let's go back to here. I've increased the armor agility. I've already talked about that. Energy, increase that again. So I can use bubble more, because your bubble does run out pretty quickly. It's not one of the best bubbles. Especially for a beginner. So having the option to spawn more bubbles in, is very good. Health is also increased. Again, this is more of a survivability one. So I've increased his health and his shields and also his armor. So he's very hard Warframe to kill. He's like one of the hardest ones. Him and Ryan are the ones I use when I want to use a weapon that is want to use a weapon that's you kind of stand still and kind of take some hits. So I use optical with Frost quite a lot. Because I think in my opinion he's a little more, he has a little bit more survivability. Again, don't test me on that. Don't hold my word to that. But yeah, that's one good positive. He has really good survivability if you mod for that. And yeah, his sprint speed is really best. That's just been increased with armored agility to 1.9. If you want to make him fast, I don't know why. I'll show you what Rush does. There you go. Makes him to 1.23. It's a little better. And then 1.38. If you really want to do that, you can if you want, but I don't know why you would. So we'll put reduction. Vitality. There you go, boom. Again, sprint speed isn't that much. He's not a fast Warframe. There's no point in upgrading it. Well, further than armored agility does. Efficiency, again, I already talked about that. Range. Range for the bubble, so your bubble is more range. Also, it's kind of useful for avalanche and wave and like the ice wave thing if you really want to use that. But again, if you really want to freeze someone and you have spare energy, you're just gonna use avalanche anyway. I was thinking about it because avalanche does use 70 energy, and if you're low on energy, shock the snow wave, or whatever it's called, ice wave. That's also pretty useful. I don't know, just thing off the top of my head. But yeah, stretch is just good overall for Frost. Strength again, that's for just damaging in general. I'm pretty sure. Actually, let's take away strength quickly. I'm gonna see what that does. What that's changing. So that's slow. Yeah, so that increases slow. That's very useful. So strength is good. So when enemies go inside of the bubble, they actually get slowed down. So having strength on, or having increasing strength is a very good idea. Oh, what did I take off? What did I take off? I'm sorry, I just didn't realize what I just took off. Ooh, I took a fly. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's take off intensify and see if that changes anything. Damn it. Okay, so that doesn't change the speed at all. Okay. So it's less useful than I thought. I thought it changed the speed. I was already on that assumption because that makes sense, but it doesn't. So that makes it intensify even less useless. But again, it's still useful. It's just an extra spot to add in if you really want to. If you don't really want to go for the bubble and really want to go for survivability, you can put in faster deflection, which increases your shield recharge rate. You can put rush on if you really want to. That's pretty much all you can. Pretty much. You can add improved casting speed, natural talent if you really want to. But I feel like adding intensify is good enough. It adds that wrong one. Abilities. There you go. It adds that extra damage to it. Again, you don't really need it. You can probably add Russian if you really want to, or add the extra survivability. Again, that might be a good plan to add the extra survivability onto Frost with faster deflection, if you so want to. But I feel like having intensifiers on is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. But again, it's pretty good. I might make a second build for that, just for that change, because that seems pretty useful. But yeah, that's pretty much all. Pretty much all about the mod. I've explained everything. I can show you because I was the bubble slayer anyway. I was going to oh fuck, why I did that? I haven't used this in a while. Sorry about that. I was testing at level 30s. Oh, I can level 90. Cool. I'm just gonna level 85 because that's the level I always go with. I'll show you survival against level 85s. Okay, go quickly pop up, put that shield down. Ooh, bam. So, as you can see, after the thing goes away, the shield goes way down pretty quickly. Again, these are against level 85s. 5 heavy gunners, they shoot really fast. So, you know, they're obviously gonna do quite a lot of damage, like one of the most highest damage enemies in the game, outside the bombards. Ooh, it's gonna go, it's coming in. So again, you know, they're obviously gonna do quite a lot of damage. But you know, I think it's still pretty good for most low level play. It's gonna be very viable. It's gonna be very usable. Against many level 30s, it's going to be very good. Again, I would show you against other enemies, but I don't really have that many other enemies. Realistically, I don't really scan that much. They're the only enemies that I use. The only enemies I have. So they're by proxy the enemy that I use. So you know, it's a great YouTube channel idea. But yeah, I'm just trying to make it his build, so you know, it doesn't really matter. Who really cares anyway? Yeah, but yeah. Pretty good. It's pretty viable for most low level play. If you're a beginner player, it's pretty good. I would recommend using them for farming. For any like those, like any like type of relic farming, like a hydro or io, any of those kind of places. Just any low level farming, really good. I don't really use them for any like sorties or any high level missions, because he's not really the best that kind of stuff. He's more of a low level play. He's kind of like on the same level as Ember. Like Ember is quite useful, but only for low level play, and it's not really that like especially for beginners, but not really that useful any higher up. You don't really use him in like high level play. He's kind of like those Warframes from what I've played with. People say he's amazing, but like I don't really see why. He's okay. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end it here. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if anyone that actually kind of does watch my YouTube channel, YouTube videos a little bit. I'm sorry I haven't been posting for a while. It's been pretty busy. But I'm gonna start getting back into posting very soon. So look out for that. And yeah, I think we end it here. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you dislike the video, leave a dislike. And tell me why you leave a dislike. Tell me why you don't like me. Tell me what I've been doing wrong, so I can improve as a creator. And thank you for watching. And goodbye.